I don't know why, but this just kind of snuck up on me that tomorrow begins the Masters in Augusta, which this is huge, especially for North Augusta and Augusta.
Yeah. I have a friend who has been posting like she's totally into the Masters. So I've kind of been paying attention, but I haven't been paying attention to when it started. So I didn't know if it was already going on.
No, it starts tomorrow,
Okay.
goes through the weekend, and this is huge for Augusta. I don't know if you know anybody there. I have a few friends that live there. They rent out their houses for the entire week, almost for 14 days straight, because some families like to stay over. And they tell me, tax-free, because there's some rule there back in the 70s that for 14 days, tax-free, they can rent their home and charge enough to take care of their mortgage for a year. Isn't that crazy?
That is mind-blowing.
I know. So they take this time, like North Augusta and Augusta, most of the schools there are on spring break. And so families can take off.
And I'm sure, I would think that the school districts in Augusta kind of make that happen.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they can do that. Like, y'all can get out of town while the Masters are going on. She got and was posting about wanting these gnomes that are out during the Masters.
Travel gnomes? You know about this, Scott?
Yeah, I've got a friend that I went to high school with. He and his wife went to some of the practice rounds, have been posting pictures, and they say the thing to do is get there early, go to the gift shop, and get these gnomes. And they've been around for a number of years, but they're apparently very highly collectible.
Yeah.
Never seen these.
And they change, I guess, every year. And so
Every year.
The one
Yeah.
this year almost looked like he had a captain's hat on, and I didn't look at it very closely, and like a double-breasted like blazer type of a thing. And they're super cute, but she's
That's
like,
wild.
And I think you're limited to one. So she was hoping that somebody else could get her an extra one because she wanted to gift it to somebody.
It's like a little man with a beard.
Yes.
And they dress him up differently each year.
Yeah.
But,
Somebody came through for her, so she ended up getting the two that she wanted.
That's wild.
But I wonder, like, what are those selling for on eBay? Wow, the Masters.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Here's an open mic that came in this morning. This is through the My HISRadio app.
Do you want to know what's so cool about listening to his radio every day? Is hearing your kids in the backseat sing along.
Oh, I'm with you on that. I love it, especially when my kids were younger and they're in the back seat. All of a sudden, here comes a For King and Country or a Casting Crowns, Toby Mac, and they know the words. I love it.
Yeah, they may not even know like what they're saying, depending on their age, 2, 3 years old. But man, they're singing about Jesus and it gets in their hearts. And then, man, they start asking questions about it. And that's where the conversation can even start, just with a song lyric.
And you so make that happen. I mean, it's all about sharing lives and sharing hearts. And this thing makes a difference, and you are a part of that. So I just want to say thank you, number one, that you're a part of the family. And number two, that you're even considering on supporting his radio, because we are listener supported. I mean, in just a little over a week, his radio will do a fund drive. We call it Friend Raiser. And people like you will be joining the team to support his radio's work so that people can hear about Jesus every single day and sing about it with the kids in the back seat, which is so cool. So I think I'm asking this morning if you would do this. Give a running start gift toward Friend Raiser that happens in a little over a week. A gift of, I don't know, there's several people that have done $500. I've seen $1,000 and $30 a month, which is a More Than Music mission partner. Everybody doing their part with a running start gift today.
Yeah, and what I love is, his radio has been here 41 years now, right, in May. And so somebody 41 years ago gave a gift that made it possible for her kids to hear the songs and sing along with them in the back seat. And that's what you can provide for somebody else. One of those kids that's in the back seat, their kids are going to hear about it because you have invested in the ministry of his radio. And it's so easy to do. You can text the word GIVE to 800-447-7234.
What blows my mind is the very fact that there are kids that sang in the backseat of their cars 30 years ago, 40 years ago, and now their kids are doing the same.
Yeah, and, future investment, the grandkids.
Right?
Yeah.
So thank you for giving your running start gift right now as we share hearts and change lives together. So do that by texting GIVE to 800-447-7234. You can do that right now. GIVE 800-447-7234. Automatically will send you a link that you can tap on to give your gift of support now, your running start gift. Or you can go straight to hisradio.com, the website, hisradio.com, or give through the My His Radio app.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Rob and Lizz in the morning, His Radio. Here's some words. Jay. What comes to mind when I say Jay? Okay, what comes to mind when I say raven?
Raven. Black, like dark.
Okay, not going the way I thought.
Okay.
Robin. What comes to mind when I say robin?
Rockin' Robin.
Or
Tweet,
dove.
tweet, tweet. Birds. Okay.
Okay, cardinal. Thank you. Okay, now
Okay.
you're getting it. It's birds here. It's also names of people. Cardinal, dove, robin, jay. Those two make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Raven, wren. Wren is a word.
And there's an actress named Raven.
There's a wren collective.
Okay. Yes.
And then I heard Jonah. Jonah was on this list that I saw, and I'm like, Jonah's a bird?
I have never
I know
heard.
Jonah in the Bible, but Jonah
Right.
as a bird, I never heard of that.
Jay Bird, yes, I got. And I have a neighbor named Jay. And I know another guy named Jay.
Scott's got an unusual one. What was it, Scott?
Yeah, a friend of mine in college, her last name was Crow.
Yeah, you're not going to find that one as first name, most likely.
Yeah.
But the Crow being the last, name, sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if they were, because our names, like our surnames, were from, in some instances, what your family did, especially like it from England, Scotland, Ireland. Like my maiden name is McCarter. So our people sold things out of a cart. Then in Scotland and Ireland, it was the son of a carter. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out where Crow came from.
What's this got to do with the birds?
I'm saying, where did Crow come from? Like, how did that end up being a last
Well,
name? They
God
must have-
created the crow.
Well, but they must have taken care of God's creation, the crow, and that's how they got their last name.
I don't know. They have scarecrows that keep them
You know,
out
they
of the...
could have.
Right?
They could have been the template for the scarecrow.
So I just heard your story about people that have bird names for their first name or their last name. And I just wanted to tell you guys that my daughter, we named her after the Carolina wren. Her name is Wrenley, Wrenley. So, yes, I have a wren in my house. So it just made me smile this morning, and I just want to let you guys know that I do have a little girl with a bird name. Have a great day, guys.
That is so great.
I've never heard of Wrenley. I like it.
It's very unique.
It is very unique. I wonder if her middle name is Carolina.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
I don't know if you were watching the news at all when the solar eclipse was taking place, but there was stuff happening all throughout that whole line where you could see the full eclipse, not the partial, but the full eclipse like we did back here in 2017. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning. This is His Radio. There was some wild stuff going on. Like there was a big, huge wedding ceremony of, what was it, hundreds of couples at the same time at this one place?
400 couples got married. So 800 people just getting married, much less their families and the officiant and that kind. That was a lot of people, and they were in a park.
So there was one person that did the whole ceremony for all 400 couples?
Yes, from what I
Wow.
understand, it was like a big, stage situation and speaker, and some were in wedding dresses, the women, some were not. There was one, like, family where everybody was wearing kind of the same shirt or same print. I was like, well, that's different.
Yeah, they were matching.
They were all mad, but I
They
mean,
had to
like,
find each other
well, I guess so.
in that big crowd.
Like the family reunion shirts. That's what they
Right.
should have done. Just put their last name on the back
Put
of
it on the
but-
back because you got a bunch of wedding dresses and tuxedos. You might hook up with the wrong person and go, wait a minute.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Emery is 7 years old. She's selling lemonade for a reason. It turns out that her mom, who's only 29 years old, passed away. And they needed help to pay for a tombstone. And so Emery decided, I'm going to sell lemonade. And let me tell you, did the community show up to help out?
She even had a drink called the Emery Special, which I love that. But she was out there because she wanted to honor her mama. So the community found out about it. It got on like local news, all this kind of stuff. And raised $10,000.
10 grand for her mom's tombstone.
It's so sad. It is sad that poor Emery lost her mama so young. But what a little, first of all, entrepreneur and somebody who loved her mama so much that she wanted to make sure that the world remembered her mom.
Yeah, and had a great tombstone.
Yeah. And just that the community saw this. I don't know if they knew about it like before she set up the stand, but once she set up the stand, I guess in her front yard, people started talking about it and came by and supported Emery and those who are now raising her.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
So, Emery, we love you. We are praying for you. And what a great thing you did.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Here's what Emma had. She had a big piece of chalk, and she had this huge canvas. And all she did with these big letters on this huge canvas that she had was write the word prom with a question mark and brought it over to her boyfriend's house.
Yeah. And, yeah, he was a little stunned, probably, like, oh, my goodness, what are you doing, Emma? It was a cow. She used the side of a live, living, large cow.
Moo.
And then she did have a sign that said, I'd have a cow if you said yes.
And he said yes.
And he said yes.
Yeah.
He said, dude, yes.
That's a promposal.
That is a promposal.
Using the side of a cow.
You know, and they try to, people that are going, teenagers that are going to prom, try to outdo each other and do these crazy
So wait,
things.
Scott's daughter is junior or senior? I think a senior now.
She's a senior.
A senior
Yep.
now. Yeah, you should have seen this. I heard about this.
What happened?
The promposal that she received.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott, do tell. That was amazing.
There wasn't really a promposal. It was just kind of like a brief conversation. Hey, are you going to the prom? No. You want to go? Okay. And they're just friends. They just went together as friends.
That is
But no big like, cardboard cow, anything like that. It was just kind of like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, no bob dance. Anything like that. No squad.
Okay, let me say, some go over the top. My son did one, something about like getting her on the line to go to the prom, but he gave her like fishing because he loves fishing, and he gave her a goldfish. And then he wrote, I can't remember what the line was, but I don't know. I'm going to cast my line. Will you say yes? I don't know.
With a live goldfish?
A live goldfish. And when they broke up, it went down the toilet.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So there's this county in Washington State that say that they are doing a pilot program right now of signs, not cameras, but signs on the road that can detect if people are texting while they're driving.
Yeah.
And they're using infrared technology to capture this stuff.
Well, and they're really doing this to get data, is what they said. They're not going to write warnings. They're not going to issue tickets. They're not going to do anything like that. But I think when you see that, because what it puts up is something like phone down. Basically, it's like your mama wagging her finger. Put your phone down.
So if you see those signs when you're driving down the road, just like, the ones that are on like a stand and it has a little digital display that tells you to slow down and shows your speed because you're speeding and going over the speed limit on that one road. These are what these signs kind of look like.
Yeah, and I think it keeps it top of mind not to text and drive. It is so tempting when it goes off, when you get that notification, just to pick it up and look at it, because we're kind of made that way right now to do that. It also tells you if you're not buckled up, it'll say buckle up. So
for real?
It can tell if you're not buckled up.
It's all infrared technology that they're using. So they say, we're not capturing images. We're not putting out any kind of tickets. It's not going to the police. But they're testing this kind of technology to see if if the reminders will help.
And I would think that it's a precursor to it, that eventually they may be used. Right now, they're just collecting the data. Is this something we need to put our efforts towards?
Oh, yes.
Eventually?
Yes.
I think so, too.
Yes. I mean, when you're driving in traffic and if, like, you're around a lot of people right now, if you look to your right or left, more than likely you're going to see somebody on their phone.
Oh,
Seriously.
yeah, you pass somebody on the interstate and they're just looking at their phone, just driving along. And I'm like, put it down, put it down.
Right?
You know what? I need to be on that sign. Put it down.
Thankfully, I have a CarPlay on the dashboard.
Yes.
And so when a text comes in, it reads it to me. I mean, and it is automatically too. So it will literally start reading it to me. And then I can respond by saying yes and then talk into it. Now, what people receive on the other end is least to be desired.
I've been on the receiving
She's
end.
been the victim of my talk to text.
Be kind of funny.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Go ahead and text vacay right now. Vacay, not the letters VK. We've seen a couple of those.
I know, and I think this is what's happening. Vacay.
It
You know,
could
that
be.
real southern vacay.
800-447-7234. Text it now. The word is vacay because of vacation. You're away. Here is an open mic that came in through the My His Radio app about going on that vacay your way.
I don't necessarily need a vacation or a vacay, but my grandmother most definitely does. We just don't have the money for it from us rebuilding the new house. But she most definitely needs a vacation more than anyone in this world from all the stress. Everything else, she needs it more.
Okay, I love two things. Number one, you're building a house. Congratulations. Sounds like your family is expanding. This could be your first one.
Yay.
And that if you win it, you'd give it to your grandma.
That is so cool. That
That's
tells you
sweet.
how much she loves and how much of an impact grandma's made in your life, and that they as a family listen to his radio. It's pretty
That is
cool.
great. I love this. I love this for so many different ways. And for the very fact that you're a part of the His Radio family and you understand that His Radio is listener supported. So since this is going to be given away on the very first day of Friendraiser, which is our fund drive, raising the operational budget for His Radio, you could win this in this drawing. Now, you can call that date. We'll get you registered. But if you'd like to pre-register, go ahead and give a running start gift today toward Friendraiser, and that will get you in the running for the vacay your way.
Yeah, so do it. Text right now. Text the word vacay, V-A-C-A-Y.
She spelled it.
I know. To 800-447-7234. You can also go online to hisradio.com, the My His Radio app.
And just want to say a big thank you to Yates Astro, Termite, and Pest Control. They are the ones making this vacation a reality. All $3,500 and the travel agent that's going to put it together for you. I love this. So go ahead, text vacay now. Thank you for your running start gift, by the way. Vacay, 800-447-7234. 800-447-7234. If you're on the internet, go ahead and just go to hisradio.com.
Internet?
Yeah, that's my southern accent. Or if you're listening online through the app, you can give through the My His Radio app.